Hey folks, welcome to another weekly tip from SHIFTLog. I'm going to continue what we have started last time, which is looking at the modern SAP menu systems, which we called Fiori. I'm going to focus on two particular features geared to save time for SAP users. Let's jump into system and see how they look. I'm sure from our last episode you recall this particular screen, which is my home screen. When I log into SAP, this is where I land. I have insights, then apps in the middle, my favorite apps, mostly used apps, recently used apps, to-dos, and in the bottom pages. For today's segment, I'm going to take you to maintenance planning overview page, which gives me a list of apps specially tailored for maintenance planning and scheduling function. The first feature I'm going to talk about is what I called multi-option list screens. To demonstrate that, let me take you to Find Work Orders app, which provides me a list of work orders based on a selection criteria listed above. I'm going to switch off the selection criteria. If I focus on this particular work order, which is a 3-monthly inspection plan, moment I click here, I'm presented with these options. Now, this is a pathway to get into any of these apps from a shortcut rather than having to find and launch that app separately. You have the option of checking cost analysis, application logs, change maintenance order, display maintenance order, material availability, any of these options. Also, you have the flexibility to go ahead and bring in more apps over here. I can, for example, bring in my inbox. Moment I do that, for this particular app, it stays fixed until I change it once again. So this is very powerful, which means I as a user have the option to pick and choose the type of apps I would use in conjunction with this particular app to make my life easier rather than having to go and look for those apps separate. The second feature I'm going to talk about is what I call a cockpit app. To demonstrate this, let's go to maintenance planning overview. I'm sure you have figured this out already. There are types of apps which acts like a cockpit, provide all the necessary information that a user needs to have, at least most of it, to perform the job, rather than having to go and fetch that information from different places, different apps. This particular app is geared for planners and schedulers. I'm sure you can see that all the necessary information for them to plan the work and to schedule the work are given here. If not all, most of it. You see on the top you have the missing components. So these are the purchase orders that are pending deliveries, without which you cannot plan the work order. Then you do have overdue work orders, or the work orders which are in backlog, notifications for screening, which means that has to be approved by the gatekeeper team, same broken down by priorities, purchase orders not approved, orders for completion, so on and so forth. I'm sure you can understand how effective these type of cockpit apps compared to traditional one-dimensional apps, as I call it. Hope it has been helpful, folks. Now you start seeing this power of Fiori screens and menu systems. It's time to switch them on and start using them if you are not doing it already. As always, thank you ever so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week.